As someone who has restarted their journey umpteenth times, I know how it feels. Not only that, I have been able to figure out what works and what doesn't when it comes to creating success when you're restarting your weight loss journey. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. So today, I'm gonna be going over the best way for you to restart your weight loss journey. So grab your pen and grab your pad, because we're about to get to work. So before anything, you wanna become real clear on what the reasons were that prevented you from being successful in the past. When I restarted my journey for the last time in 2016, I was very clear that my issue was way deeper than weight loss. And I had to be honest with myself. My issues were with my mindset, my lack of knowledge, awareness, determination, dedication, self-control, and self-love. At that moment, I knew my approach needed to be different. I knew that in order for me to be successful, I had to acknowledge those deeper issues. I started implementing more positive self-talk, creating healthier boundaries, prioritizing myself every chance that I got, and seeing things through to completion. I stopped making excuses for myself and I started to take steps outside of my comfort zones. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to identify your triggers and create a plan of action. So I created a list that consisted of food and emotional triggers. And then I created a plan which would allow me to overcome them. For example, ice cream was something that I could eat and eat and eat until every bit of it was gone. So I knew exactly why I would turn to this food when I was emotionally triggered. And I knew that with having it in my home that I wasn't strong enough to be able to say no to it. It would literally call my name sometimes, it felt like. And having that easy access was not okay. It wasn't gonna work for me. And to be honest, I had created a form of addiction to it. So the plan that I created was to go without it for 60 days. Now, once that 60 days was up, I would have some, but only outside of my home or only when I was out and about. Now, about 90 days after that, I brought it back into my home. At this point, I felt strong enough to have it there without binging on it. And when I took those steps, the ice cream wasn't calling my name. I wasn't binging on it. I didn't feel the urge, even if I was going through something emotional, to actually eat the food because I had also incorporated some activities that I could utilize instead of food when I was emotionally triggered or experiencing some type of emotional stress or anger or sadness. I replaced the food with another option, another outlet. Identifying your triggers and creating a plan to work through the process will not only create a healthy relationship with food, but it'll also create a healthy relationship with yourself. It shows your ability to overcome, which provides you with confidence. Then it teaches you how to have control over the food instead of allowing the food to have control over you. So after you've done that, you want to be clear on what works and what doesn't work. You know yourself the best. So be clear on what workouts and what diets fit you, your goals, and your lifestyle. Now, I'll be honest, this did take a minute for me to get a clear picture of because so much has changed along my process. So what I recommend is just get a baseline understanding and be okay with trying new things as things change for you over time. I also recommend that you start with something that provides a healthy balance between doable and challenging. It's good to challenge yourself sometimes because that's what creates growth. But when something is too challenging, it could result into you quitting. So find a healthy balance between those two and you should be good. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to create reasonable goals. So for example, your overall goal might be to lose 100 pounds. But setting smaller goals that aren't all scale related can help keep you motivated and focused. It also makes it a bit more enjoyable. Let's be honest, this is not your first rodeo, and I'm sure you have a clear understanding that the scale is not always going to move, no matter how hard it might be to realize this. It just won't. Weight loss is not linear. Okay, so you can go up and down and back and forth and might stall for a little bit. And I'll get into some more details about that in another video. Also, let me know in the comments if you guys are interested in that, because I definitely can break that down on what causes plateaus, as people call it, or weight stalls, or things like that. So just let me know. So when you're creating these smaller goals that might not all be scale related, this helps soften that blow. But the most importantly, it keeps your eyes on the prize, which should be creating a lifestyle change. And those changes cannot be determined by the scale. And that leads me to the final step, which is focus on creating a lifestyle change. I know we've heard this before. But I'm hoping that the information that I'm going to give you in just a second here will help you expound on that aspect, or to think a little bit deeper, or to at least provide you with the information to how to go about focusing on creating a lifestyle change. And I know you hear that all the time. Focus on creating a lifestyle change. Focus on creating a lifestyle. Focus on the lifestyle, not the skill, right? So this is how I would recommend you do that. So for me, I had to understand the lifestyle that I was creating, or had the desire to create for myself. I had to understand what that looked like for Laura and not anyone else. That means I had to be clear on what I value and what I needed to feel successful. And that will look different for everyone. Once I knew what that was, I studied it. I found out what was going to be needed from me in order for me to create that lifestyle. Then I began implementing those concepts. I wanted sustainability, so I found out what created that. I valued balance, so I practiced that daily. I needed flexibility and to feel strong and secure within my body, so I did what it took to ensure that I had that. I eliminated things that interfered with my process, and I welcomed in change no matter how uncomfortable it was. And it got pretty damn uncomfortable, especially in the beginning. But once I stepped outside of those comfort zones, I stepped into my success. That wraps it up for today, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like and comment. It's a free way for you to support me and my channel, and I would really appreciate it. If you're new here, welcome. And make sure you hit that subscribe so you can continue to receive the best advice, tips, and tools to help you along your weight loss journey from someone who has actually been in your shoes. I love you guys, and I'm here to help. Make sure you check the description if you're looking for any one-on-one coaching. I'll have a support group that you can join. I'm here to help genuinely. So I'll see you guys next week, and thanks for watching. Bye.